Hi, this is David with the Enzo Trading System, and today I would like to introduce the latest version of our trading client. It's still in a beta phase. It can be downloaded from Discord chat, and it's the 4.1.0 right now. And basically, the main functionalities, it's support for multiple markets. I think we're supporting, we're broadcasting signals for 18 markets right now, crypto markets. When you upgrade, you should be able to get the API key already set up and login set up, which is now done at the top of the launcher only once. And if you only have 5 markets, go and change the setting and enable the what actually I'm going to show right now. Let's say I'm making a new group, and give the name, the exchange, Binance, Bybit, market type futures. And here the important change is this checkbox that allows to enable automatic generation of the trading clients. By default, it can be a list of market to exclude can be provided, but normally we want to use all the markets, so we can leave this without any items, and you can choose the margin currency, the position sizing, which should be automatic by default, number of markets, leverage. Of course, 3 is already can give quite a bit of emotions, so if you go 4 and 5, just be mindful. Let's say that I want up to 10 markets active at the same time, which I will show now in detail. So when I generate the group, it will take all of the possible all of the possible clients, one for each signal, and the number of concurrent markets, it's really how many we want to trade at once. So as usual, what happens is each signal will have a certain score, and I don't think I can display right now, but I will show in another client. So once they all are switched on and they all get the signals, they will get each market will have a percentage of usable margin allocated to it, and the top 10 will get some percentage, and the bottom 8 or whatever, they will get 0% allocated. If I go here and I say I only want a maximum 4 markets, then the top 4 will get something allocated and the others will get 0. I suggest going a number that is, I don't know, 6, 8 at least. I usually use 10. The more markets are running in parallel, the more possibility for diversification will happen, which is basically what we're trying to get. At the same time, it doesn't make sense to have funds allocated for each and every market, because a lot of them they won't provide a very useful signal. And I will go a little bit later on in detail about the issue with the profitability of the trading signal they were broadcasting for all of these markets. So a tab here that has been added is the one indeed for the signals. So this is not really necessary. It's for demonstration purposes, really for display purposes. One can see that, for example, Ripple now has a score of 20, and VET has a score of 15, Bitcoin Cash 15, and depending on the score, a different amount will be allocated to each market for trading. I can get the monthly breakdown of this. We can see, like, for example, Ripple had 9% maximum down for the past 3 months and a half, and cumulative profit of 50%. Of course, this is the signal, which is reflective of the latest algorithms that weren't available like 2-3 months ago. That's always the case, but we do have to improve. And also 50%, of of the portion that was allocated to Ripple. So yeah, about so the goal for this is really to diversify as much as possible. Perhaps I should detail a little bit about the configuration here. So the exclude list, let's say that I definitely don't want to have, I don't know, Ethereum. So I can add this here, and then it will disappear from the list. Or conversely, I can say I actually want only Ethereum. So I can select the list as a list to market to include. And if I will save, I will show only Ethereum. By default, I suggest sticking with the default, which is exclude list with nothing in it, so include everything. And then the system will take care of using only the markets that make sense. So again, let's see. Here I have a list that is a bit more defined of the markets. Here I have, for example, an example of, and this is a lot more signals because it's a test setup, but the gist, basically this, the explanation works all the same. Different markets, depending on the goodness of the signal, will get a different percentage. That was as before. It's just there's a lot more markets. So Ripple gets 26% because that's the top one, and others get something different. And because we added so many signals, it doesn't mean that they all go well all the time, or even anytime. We rely on the fact that there is a layer of selection of the performance of the signal that automatically decides whether a certain market should be tradable or not with our signals. So it's quite possible that, for example, let's say comp is in this is in the mix, and it's quite possible that this will never be selected because whether the market that it's poor by itself or simply our algorithms just don't work well with it. But the point is that we still want to support all of these possible markets, not because we know that it does well, but just in case it starts going well and our algorithm starts playing well with it, then when there's that combination, we want to be there to be able to use it. Still, it's not a guarantee that, and many times all these alternative markets that will suddenly have a spike and will go really well, and it could be the case that the algorithms will be able to catch it. Like I think what was it? eGold recently went really well. Recently, the signal did plus 16% and then plus 38%. This would have been great to be in it. But then there are cases where, what was that? Celo. This one had a big spike, but our trading model actually didn't. It actually sold right before the big spike. This can happen. So the point is really to kind of the more the merrier. You want to have many possible markets in a list, and some will go really well, like eGold, and some will go so bad that we'll get 0% of trading, whether that's because of our signal or because of the market. And some of them, I mean, this one I think it's got a warning because we only have 130 days of history. Actually, I think this has been excluded. That's one reason, because one reason why many times an algorithm doesn't work well is simply there isn't enough training data. So, but as time goes by, more and more training data is accumulated, and so the algorithm may be able to just work well with our market. We just don't know. But the point is really to be able to have those markets active just in case the algorithms play well with them. And ideal, I mean, normally we actually expect Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that to work reasonably well, simply if anything because we optimize the algorithms on these first and foremost, even though right now the market is doing really poorly, but that's what happens in crypto these days. But yeah, basically it's not a huge diversification because still it is still crypto. When Bitcoin goes down, everything else goes down. But even if this doesn't allow to diversify the macro level, there is still room for leveraging the diversification that arises from simply the fact that just there are different markets behaving similarly sometimes and sometimes not. So I think it's well worth it, and we'll have to see once the markets that they start to move in a positive way again. I think I'll go a lot better. So yeah, that's it for this update. If you want to get the latest client, please go and download it. The links are on the Discord chat right now, and eventually we'll go on the download page from our main site. And if you're a pro user, all these features will kick in, and in the coming days we'll just have to make sure that more and more testing, the last bit of testings are performed, and then we should all be on board this I guess new adventure. So until next time, have fun.